We've all sat there thinking, what if? What if that one player or two players didn't move from that certain team? What if those homegrown local boys actually stayed at their homegrown local clubs? Well, in this experiment, and it's a doozy of an experiment for you, I'm going to do it with the Bellinghams. So let's dive right into it and let's have a look and see what's going on. So, the Bellinghams, obviously everybody knows Jude Bellingham, and most people know he's got a younger brother called Job. Job, in real life, is currently at Sunderland. He's moved from Birmingham in the last summer, and obviously everybody knows Jude Bellingham moved from Borussia Dortmund to Real Madrid. Well, in this experiment, they haven't done that. I have trapped them at Birmingham for pretty much the entirety of their careers, and I will show you on this what is actually happening. So here we have Mr. Jude Bellingham right here, central midfielder extraordinaire, an absolute worldie of a player, currently valued at 263 million, and as you'll see, he is joining Real Madrid, not now, but on the 1st of July in 2034, which is 11 seasons now. Admittedly, when I did the editing and the adjustment on the database for this, I got my calculations slightly wrong. It was supposed to be 2033, but I accidentally put 2034 instead. So they got 11 years. Well, both of them got 11 years at Birmingham, respectively. So Jude is moving then. So basically, he's staying at his homegrown club from now for 11 seasons. His brother is doing exactly the same wherever he has gone. Job, admittedly, 17 years old, so he's 3 years Jude's younger. Bit more development time. I want to see how he progresses more. I haven't done anything to adjust the potential ability, the current ability of either player. I want to see if the game can develop them naturally. And at the moment, both of them have got, well, obviously Jude's got massive potential anyway, and he's pretty much living up to that. Job, on the other hand, depending on how your save game loads and what the computer does with it, sometimes he could turn out to be an absolute worldie of a player, sometimes he just turns out to be an average player. So I want to see how it works with both of them still being the same side. Will having his older brother around influence his development a little bit more? Who knows? But again, like his brother, he's going off to Spain at the start of July in 2034, but to the rivals, Barcelona, just for a little twist. Birmingham, on the other hand, as most people know in real life, sacked Wayne Rooney a few weeks ago. They were in a bit of turmoil. Their finances are all over the place. They don't have much in the way of financial stability. They are trying to survive in the Championship at this current point in time in real life, and also on the game that doesn't really give them much hope. So what I'm hoping is that with both the brothers in the side, that will propel not only the reputation of the club, but it will stabilise it, and fingers crossed, get into the Premier League and stay there, and maybe even win a domestic cup. I'm going to run this first season just to find out and see what happens in the first season, so join me in a couple of seconds once I've got that done. And here we are at the end of the first season, and they just missed out on a first-time promotion through the playoffs. Admittedly, Leicester and Norwich absolutely trounced that league this season, and Southampton, Watford, Leeds, and then Birmingham come in 6th, which is unfortunate. But knowing what Birmingham's squad's like, their finances are like, this experiment could be influenced by the players around them as well. Obviously, not every team is a one-player team or a two-player team. And I think, more than anything, it is going to be down to the game to try and solve that issue of bringing the right manager in, hopefully raising the right finances, and also bringing in the right players around the Bellinghams to see if they can get themselves promoted. But as a first season go, not too bad. Birmingham finishing 6th. Did they do anything in the cup competitions? So let's have a look at their schedule. Come on. Cup competitions wise, doesn't look like it. FA Cup 3rd round, no, got battered by Everton. And the Carabao Cup, they didn't even get past Cardiff, so that's disappointing, to say the least. respectively, though. Let's have a look at Job. Job, the fact that he's not even in the starting squad is a little bit worrying, but he has developed a little bit mentally and physically. Only 9 appearances off the subs bench with 1 goal. That is disappointing, to say the least, considering I still think he's actually one of the best players there, even though he's only 18. Yeah, that's a little bit worrying. But on the other hand, his brother has been, again, this is what the game has been doing. Everybody knows that Bellingham's best position is that box-to-box midfielder, running backwards and forwards, arriving in the box late, attacking. But the game, for some reason, has decided to choose him as the defensive ball-winning midfielder, which is a bit of an odd one. 2 goals, 21 assists, though, this season. Wow, that's a hell of a season. And he is still being picked for England, so that's absolutely fine. If we have a look at his milestones, as he got Championship Player of the Season, Young Player of the Season, and Birmingham's Best 11, so I suppose that's something. Well, from this, I'm going to cycle on a couple of more seasons, simulate them, and see if any more progress is made, not just by themselves individually, but with the club. So join me in a few seconds once I've done a couple more seasons. And here we are, a couple of seasons on, as you can see, into 2026 now, so that's we're left at 2024, so done two more seasons there, basically into season 3 of it, and they're still in the championship. If we have a look at their history, their league position, that was the season before, so yeah, that 6th place finish, and then they dropped down to 12th. And this season, even though it doesn't hang on to that, 7th, so just outside the playoffs. Jude is now their captain and key player. Mitchell van der Haag is their manager at the moment. Looks like he's been there a little bit. Let's have a look and see how competitions wise, Carabao Cup, no, hang on a second, let's just go into the schedule. So this season just done, they actually beat Wolves in the 3rd round, then got knocked out by Everton again in the FA Cup. Carabao Cup 3rd round, penalties to Burton, knocking Charlton out that time. Carabao Cup the season previous, FA Cup 3rd round, knocked out by Spurs. Carabao Cup 1st round by Charlton. Things I don't like to see. I really don't like to see this, because to me it shows that the game is wasting the talent. Now, Bellingham is away on international duty, so that's why he's not on the side, but if we have a look at his playing stats, the season after he got 21 assists, he only got 2. So something went drastically wrong there. Okay, he got a couple more goals. Picked it up a bit more this season, but he's still consistent. He's still there, like playing 40-odd games a season. Over 50 caps now for England, when he had over 30. Milestones-wise, still getting the best 11, but... Oh, he got World Under 21 footballer. Oh no, sorry, that's when he was at Real Madrid. Whoops, my bad. But the problem is, with keeping him at Birmingham, he's not going to fulfill what I would consider to be very, very real possibility of him winning the Ballon d'Or at some point. Maybe getting, I think, the FIFA Player of the Year and things like that as well. So that's going to hamper his awards of what he can get. I mean, it's all well and good being named in the best 11 and Championship Player of the Season. Good awards to have, but no competition wins either is pretty bad. It's pretty bad from his perspective. I feel kind of guilty for trapping him here a little bit. How's his brother getting on? Job. Okay, again, progressing slowly but surely, which isn't too bad. History-wise, is he playing more? Yep, 40 games that season, 13 goals. He did really well. Only 21 with 7 sub appearances and 4 goals, so perhaps fallen out with the manager a little bit, but for some reason or other, he got played as a striker at some point. He is not a natural striker. Well, I'm kind of curious to see where this is going to go now. I was hoping by this point that maybe the game would realise, hang on, we've got 2 superstar players here. Maybe able to sort something out and get the team to progress on. I'm going to go on for a few more seasons, see what happens. Join me after the break. And they're still stuck in the bloody championship. They have a new manager now, Brian Prisk, who's Danish. Jude is still captain and key player. Birmingham's finances have actually got a lot better over these years. So obviously the financial aspect, the commercial aspect of having the Bellinghams there may actually be having some sort of influence on that. But history-wise, they're just stuck in the championship. They can't get 7th, they finished 6th again, and then 8th this season. It's not good enough, and still nothing in the cup area, so to speak. No championship there. Obviously no championship there because they would have been promoted. I would really have thought by now, because we are, what's that, 6 seasons into it now, and still no movement. Jude is still phenomenal and will continue to be phenomenal on this game, but after 5 seasons, I think he's being underutilised. Yeah, he's playing every game, he's getting a few goals, and he's getting a lot of assists. But again, looking at his milestones, being named best player of the year and all that sort of stuff, they're not using him right. Birmingham are not using him right. They need to figure that out quickly. As for his brother, there you go. Well, hang on a second. I don't know whether you've just noticed that or not. He's down as a striker. So he's still being played as a striker. With a finishing of 11. Are they desperate for a striker? I don't know. Okay, yeah, he's netting a few goals, but he's not a striker. He's a central midfielder. It's kind of annoying me now that the computer can't seem to figure that out, so to speak, of what it needs to do. I mean, were they close this year to getting into it? 8, 7, literally a point between 5th and 8th, so they were close. Kind of get the feeling that now they've consistently sort of finished around just outside or in the playoff, so maybe they're heading in the right direction. Fingers crossed, in the next couple of seasons they'll actually gain a promotion and stay in the Premier League. I really hope, for the sake of the players' careers and also for the sake of the experiment, because I was not expecting this. I was expecting by this point the simulation would have figured out that the Bellinghams are absolutely awesome on this game and they built a team around them and they'd end up getting into the Premier League and staying there. Hasn't happened yet, but got to go on for a few more years. I'm going to see if it actually does happen or not. Okay, so now we are officially, I think that's 8 seasons into the experiment now. The year is 2031, so as you can see up there, yeah, I think that makes it 8 seasons into it now, and it's the championship. What are they playing at? Let's have a quick look at the history. Oh, they actually got promoted. But finished, they finished 20th. So they finished 2nd the season after. I said they were heading in the right direction and they finished 2nd. But then went straight down that season with only 4 wins, 23 points. Can't be doing that. That's gutting, that is. That really is. Kieran McKenna is the manager now, which is quite surprising. Jude is still captain and the key player, obviously. Looking at it again, he's just continuing to improve. In fact, he's probably, let's have a quick look at his current ability is 173. He's almost at his potential of 188. Premier League season, only 33 games there, so I'm wondering whether he actually did. Hang on. Let me just check. Career stats. So that would have been 29 to 30. So let's have a look. 29 to 30. Twisted ankle, hernia, tight groin, flu, bruised head. So he missed a few matches here and there through injury, but then dropping back down to the Championship, 16 assists. Again, you got to have the players around you as well. It just goes to show you can be as good as you want, but you need the players around you. I mean, great assist stats. If he's playing as a ball-winning midfielder or a deep-line playmaker, that's what's going to give him all the assists, but I still think he's being underutilised. Let's have a look at Job. Job, alright, is now playing in the central midfield, which is where he should be. And mentally, obviously the experience now, he's 25, the experience is building up. Mentally, he's still good, physically good, technically has got better, and actually had his best season yet, which is pretty decent. 8 goals in 43 games, 6 assists. He did well in the Premier League, actually. He did well at, Jesus, 24 goals that season. That's probably when he's being played as a striker. He actually turned out as a half-decent striker netting that many. But finishing 4th again, and then obviously missing out on the playoffs this time round. They got knocked out by Sunderland. What to do? Well, they only have 3 years left on their contracts because they're moving on the 1st of July 2034. So 3 more seasons. I'll probably simulate that up, see what happens in those 3 years, and join us after that for when they do move to Real Madrid and Barcelona. And I'm going to do a simulation again after that to see if they can win things that they should, I think they should be winning. So I'll see you in a few seconds. Right, not to get excited. I did get excited for a second because I thought they got promoted, and then I realised that the league had ticked over and it's the start of the new season. Whoops, but yeah. Here we are, 30th of June 2034, so it's the day before Jude and Job, who are now key players and club captain and vice captain, who are just about to move at the age of 31 and 28 respectively to Real Madrid and Barcelona. How did Birmingham do in that last bit of time they were at the club for the 3 seasons? Well, financially they did really well because they got an overall balance of 210 million. So I don't know what's happened there. I can't really check it, I don't think. Let's have a look at... No, I don't think I can. Let's have a look at the history. And again, so yeah, when we looked at it, they'd also got promoted and finished in 4th. That's a season that I simulated on from again, and they finished 5th, couldn't get through the playoffs. Then they actually won a championship and then got relegated again at 18th. Record for Birmingham. Oh, Bellingham was just short of the all-time appearance for the club as well. That's kind of annoying. I think given 1 more season he would have beaten that record. But oh, hang on, that's new. Obviously, I know they won that in 2033 to get promoted. Did they won a Carabao Cup? No, not Carabao. But they won their first FA Cup in 2033. Oh, that's amazing. Fair play. Promotion from the Championship and winning the FA Cup in the same year. Who did they beat? Let's have a look. Past winners. Hull. Eh? Where are Hull? It was an all-championship FA Cup final. Well, that's the most random thing I've seen on this game so far. Don't quite get that one, but there you go. Okay, so let's have a look at their overall record. Let's keep going back. So here we go. Let's have a look at Jude first, who, yeah, still hasn't dropped off at all. Yeah, he's been played as a deep line playmaker, so that makes a bit of sense. Premier Division obviously got relegated. Only 24. Again, I think injuries there. fractured lower leg. He was out for 2 months. Then he got damaged Achilles tendon, so he's out for 4 months. Oh, he had a massive injury hit season. On the season where they finished 18th in... How close were they? How close were they? 18th. Oh, they were only a couple of points off safety. But I honestly think if Jude didn't get injured so much this season, they would have survived. Oh, that's kind of gutting, that is. Well, he's turned at 28. I mean, what was it? I don't know what. I didn't check his current ability at the start, but it's 157. His potential ability is 168, which I think is. He's hit the heights amazingly well and consistent as well. All the way through for Birmingham, 423 appearances and total 98 goals. Admittedly, a couple of them was those seasons there. I think he played as striker, but then that's where he got dropped back into the midfield and still did remarkably well. So I think overall, did the Birmingham experiment work? I think to a certain extent, considering the financial mess and the instability at the club in real life and the way the game starts off. I think the Birmingham experiment kind of worked. I would have liked the game to support the players a little bit more and bring in better players, but hey, that wasn't my decision. That's just how the game simulated it. But I think Jude and Job could be pretty proud of the fact that they've taken an unstable championship club all the way to the Premier League, not once but twice, almost surviving the second time around, and in the same year they got promoted to the Premier League, winning the FA Cup as well. I think that is a remarkable achievement. But to cover their last achievements, I'm going to simulate another 3 or 4 seasons to see how they get on Real Madrid and Barcelona, because I'm fully expecting Jude especially to be basically pulling in all the trophies, because Real Madrid on this game are always phenomenal. So let's see what happens. Join me in a few seconds once I've simulated it all. So here we are for the end of this experiment, and to recap how the Bellingham's careers went after they moved to Spain. In total, we've done 15 years into their career, so we're at 2038 now. So let's have a quick look at Jude, shall we, first, to see how, because I fully expected him to really rock on with Real Madrid and just win everything, even though he's 31 at the time that he moved. I still think he's now classed as a legendary midfielder, which is understandable. 139 caps for England. Still got a contract with Real Madrid, which is good. I would expect that he'd carry on there. Let's have a look at it. 4 years. Really good performances overall. Average rating, amazing. Stats wise, didn't play as many games. Is he all of a sudden turned? Because I ain't got a scouting report on him. Ankle ligaments, groin, thighs. All of a sudden, injuries are starting to catch up with him a little bit. I wonder whether that's affected his performances a little bit for Real Madrid. If we have a look at the milestones, he's been inducted into the Real Madrid overall best 11. Hey, he's only won it once though. He's won the Spanish division once and the Spanish Super Cup. So that's got to mean Barcelona are the dominant team at the moment, surely. If we have a look at competitions, yeah. Runners up in the Spanish Super Cup, runners up there, won it there, and the Spanish Cup runners up, Spanish First Division champions just once. Oh, England came 4th in the World Cup as well. Ah, okay. Well, that's curious. Let's have a look at Job then to see how he's got on. Midfielder slash striker, 32 years old now. He is wanted by Brighton, Chelsea and Al Ittihad. Not valued as high, but experienced midfielder, professional. Stats, yeah, he's not given as big a potential as Jude, so his stats are never actually going to get there, but overall, he's a very well-rounded player. I think he's I think he's very good on this, especially on this save. Let's have a look at his career stats. Okay, so first year that he was there, he didn't play at all. 4 substitute appearances in the league, 10 in total, only 3 starts, 2 goals. That's quite a surprise. But then, after that, it didn't really pick up. I feel kind of sorry for him on that. But let's have a look at his milestones. He might not have started as many, but he won a hell of a lot more than his brother did. Let's have a look. So Spanish Cup 1, 2, 3 Spanish Cups, division titles 1, 2, 3, Spanish Super Cups 1. He actually got capped by England at the age of 31, and he won the Champions League and came runners up in the World Club Championships and won the UEFA Super Cup. Okay, might not have had as much playing time at Barcelona, but he certainly got a lot more winners medals than his brother did. Huh. Okay. Well, there you have it. It's a weird experiment. It didn't exactly go the way I thought it would go, but it was interesting to see. Do the Bellinghams rescue Birmingham in the end for the sake of their own careers? In a way, they do. I think they do. Those couple of promotions seem to have saved Birmingham financially, and they've stabilised a lot more, which is basically what it was about. It's about rescuing their hometown club. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you do like this video, please leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel. I've got more what if experiments in the cooking pot as it is, and yeah, stay tuned for more episodes like this, and also tune in for the Heidenheim save, which is the underdog story. Come on. And it is a fantastic save. It is brilliant. I'm really enjoying it at the moment. It's a proper challenge to get this little German club competing with the big boys, but I'm loving it so far. So yeah, please subscribe to the channel to tune into those, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. So ta-ra.